Hello, all my beautiful thinking people, you gorgeous subscribers, you amazing individuals. You guys have been hammering the views on my videos. We have hundreds of videos, and collectively, you guys are in the hundreds of thousands of views. I do appreciate, and the view time has been quite long, so thank you. Thank you. And for those of you who have not yet, please hit the like button. And those who haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Help us grow this channel. We are growing, but we're growing like, what's that snail's name that Elon Musk and the Boring Company is trying to beat in building those tunnels? We're moving at that pace, but we're moving. And I thank each and every one of you who watches these videos, those who subscribe. So, please hit that like button, subscribe, become a member if you can, and crush that bell so you don't miss anything going forward. So, let me begin by saying this. The markets today, if you're in them or if you're not, this is going to be a little bit of information that will help you make sense of what the hang is going on. Let me say that many people have put their life savings into the market only to lose it, or most of it, before they decide to just pull out and count their losses. Let me tell you, that is a large subsection of investors out there. The retail investors make up somewhere around 20% of the entire market. Well, where do you think all that 20% money is going? Most of it is going up to the 80%. Those guys who know how to manipulate the markets better than any of us could ever hope to. But that's because the safeguards aren't there. There are no guardrails that protect the little guy from the big guy. Because as you know, in a capitalist society, it's dog eat dog. It's, the predator eats the prey. Let's try to help each and every one of you who are watching, who are going to be subsequently informed by those who are watching these videos. There are certain things that are happening right now in the market that you need to know about, which will help you better decide what to do with your money. Let's go back a couple of years, and we had lots of volatility, and we had an election, and we had all kinds of things that really caused the market to flip-flop and go all over the place. Nobody knew what was happening, who was going to win, who was going to this, who was going to do that, which way the markets were going to go. It would be fair to say that the markets were volatile because of the news that was coming out. I wasn't buying it. Okay? I'll tell you that those 80%, not the 80%, sorry, I shouldn't do that, because there are a lot of people out there trying to manage money for other people that are not part of this overall scenario. Again, nobody's trying to get sued here. I'm just bringing you the facts, okay? So, a portion of those 80% were raking in the dough, while the rest were struggling to try to clean up the scraps. And guess who lost everything? Mostly the retail investors. You've been losing and losing and losing. When something good falls in your lap, should you not reap the benefits? Or should they have rules and ways to steal even that little victory from you that keeps you suppressed? So let me tell you what they love to do out there. They target a company, they target it for failure, and then they start short selling the stock. Let me try to easily explain short selling. I borrow from you a broom. That broom is selling right now for $10. I sell it on the market for $10. So I got $10 in my pocket, right? Now, I start trashing your broom. It's a garbage broom. There's absolutely no reason for anybody to buy this broom. It stinks, doesn't sweep up anything. Everything falls between the bristles. It falls apart within minutes of buying the broom. All of a sudden, you can't sell your brooms. Your broom goes from $10 to $2 value because you need to get them out of there. You're producing them out of your factory, but nobody's buying them. So you reduce the price, reduce the price, reduce the price. What do? I go back and I buy a broom for $2. And I bring it back to you and I say, oh, thanks for lending me your broom. Here, I'm giving it back to you. Oh, thank you. So nice of you to bring it back. So honestly, I totally forgot that you had that broom. And now I got $8 in my pocket, total profit. I didn't put out a penny. That's a short seller, okay? It's a simple way of explaining it, but that in essence is a short seller. The problem is, it is kind of illegal to do that. It's okay to say, I think this company's going to fail, so I'm going to bet against that company. You can do that. You can do that in many ways, by investing in a different company, right? Or you can put what they say is a put, right? In options. Options, very, very scary sometimes for many people. You got to know what you're doing. So short selling is a way to put your vote out and say, I don't have confidence in that company. But it is illegal for you to then go out and have advertisements and different productions that trash that company so they will fail, so you get that $8 profit in your pocket. Or maybe you get the whole 10, because if the company goes bankrupt, you don't have to return the broom, do you? There's nobody to give it to. So you've just made a full $10 in your pocket. That is the illegal thing. Not supposed to do that. Again, let me say, allegedly, that's illegal. Because nobody's trying to get sued. Just trying to bring you some details, okay? So if somebody does that to a really good company that you believe in, and you put all your dollars there to make it work, but behind the scenes, these people are trashing the company, trying to bring it down, so you lose your money. And they get a big payday. Do you think that's fair? Tell me in the comments, is that what you think is fair? Do you think that's the way this market should work? Well, wait, it gets worse. If you think that's all that's going on, it gets worse. So now let's say I buy that or borrow that broom from you for $10. I sell it for $10. I try my best to trash the broom, but it is in such great demand because it's such a great product. It's now $20, $30, $40. When you say, listen, Clyde, I need my broom back, what happens? I have to go buy it, right? And it's no longer $10. I only got $10 for it when I sold it, and now I have to buy it back for $100. It's gone up so much. I have to take money out of my own pocket, plus the $10 I made, 90 of my own, 10 of the money I made from selling your broom, and buy you another broom because it's time to return it. Well, wait a second now. I don't want to put $90 of my own out there. I need to get more trashing of that broom. I got to bring that price down. So what if I get a whole bunch of people who have that broom to flood the market with their brooms? Well, you know how it is. When the supply overstripes the demand, the price goes down. Nobody wants to buy it, right? Because they're all out there. It's like, why would I pay you $100 for your broom when there's a million of them everywhere? I could get it for $3 now. So there's one way I can try to save my butt and bring you back that broom and still make a profit. But if I try that and still it goes up, and I've promised some other people a little bit of benefits from what oh boy. I'm scrambling now, right? So how does this affect the market? I have to return the broom. Every broom I borrowed from you has now gone up 10 times the price. All those other positions that I was in that were doing very well, I was making 30% on this one, I'm making 25% on this investment, I'm making 10% on that investment. I'm a good money manager, except that I shorted the wrong broom. Now I have to start selling all those big positions. Why? Because I gotta pay you back 10 times for the brooms that I borrowed from you. That's what happens to the market. Now I'm flooding all these shares from all these other positions that I would have loved to stay in, but I can't because I have to return your brooms. I now have affected the market, not me individually, but all the other people who were short selling your broom are doing the same thing. We're selling all our positions. We're selling our cryptocurrency. We're selling everything we can get rid of because we have to buy those brooms back. And in order to buy those brooms back, I've got to have liquid cash. Or I have to have tons of credit. But when they look at the performance of my fund and they go, buddy, you've been short selling that broom for a while and you've been losing money like crazy. Because don't forget, I also have to pay interest on the borrowing of the broom. So it continues to look worse and worse for me. So I'm selling everything. I'm trying to get rid of everything to make sure I'm cushioned. Okay, now I go up to those people who bought those brooms and I go, all right, listen, I got $100 here for your broom. And they go, oh no, we're not taking $100 for that broom. And now you find yourself up that creek and you don't have a paddle. Okay, how much will you take for it? I don't know, make me a better offer. You go out and sell more and more of your stuff. That's affecting the market. All these short sellers selling all this stuff is killing the market. And then they're going to come back and say, all right, listen, I'll give you $200 for your broom. You go, oh, sorry, I already had an offer of $200. I turned that down. So, sorry. Well, how much am I supposed to give you here? This is crazy. There was only a $10 broom. Too bad. This is what happens to a short seller who gets caught in his own trap. Those people who own those shares, let's say it was you, and you bought every single one of the brooms. Every one of them. They're all in your garage. And the only reason you bought them is because you love that guy who owns the broom company and you just thought it was terrible that people were trying to put him out of business. So you just bought all the brooms. Now, anybody who wants a broom has to come to you. You can charge whatever you want for that broom because they can't get it anywhere else, but they have to return it. Otherwise, they could be in legal jeopardy because there's contracts that they have to fulfill. Now, do you see how short selling can really harm the markets? But everybody will make a ton of excuses as, no, it's not that, it's this. No, it's not that, it's this. And along with that comes naked shorting. I mean, did I say that out loud? I mean, that's allegedly. There could be something called naked shorting. Look it up. Do some of your own due diligence. Just type in naked shorting and see what that is. Or type in synthetic shares and see what that is all about. Again, not accusing anybody of anything, not trying to get sued, just giving you the details, okay? Then what comes along? We have the SEC and these other financial organizations that regulate the markets and stuff. And now they say what? We have the big head of the Fed go, inflation is getting out of hand. I think it's time for me to levy some interest rates. Why? Because I've been holding back on interest for a long time, guys. I've been trying to help you out there, all you billionaires. All you retail people and all you great people out there, making liquidity an issue in the economy so that you could continue to keep your job and make money. But now I notice that the inflation is out of hand. And my billionaire, many of these companies have made all the money they can make, and now I have to raise the interest rates. So everything you get is going to cost you more now because you're going to have to pay higher interest rates for it. If you want to buy your house, it might cost you a little more. No, don't worry about it. Come on, we're going to get this under control. Meanwhile, you've worked your butt off your whole life to get where you are, and thinking that it was a fair road. It's not. There are roadblocks everywhere. You have to watch out for the roadblocks. You really have to do a lot of research before you put your money into anything. Anything. The manipulation in the market is so rampant. Allegedly. Possibly. Not really sure. Nobody trying to get sued. Do your own research. And again, everything I tell you is not real financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just somebody who's trying to look out for your best interest and mine. Yes, of course there's some selfish interest there. I'm in the market too. And I saw within 2 weeks of joining, and again, nobody's trying to get sued, nobody's alleging anything, I joined the Motley Fools. It took me 2 weeks to write in and say, I want a refund. No, thank you. I'm fine. I'll just do this on my own. Again, I'm not trying to slander them. Maybe you joined the Motley Fools and you've done fantastic, and congratulations. I know a way that you can do well with the Motley Fool, and that is to do what the big guys are doing as well. Geez, we want to sell our stuff, so what do? We have to have a place that's not really connected to us, but it's kind of connected to us, that can tell you that this is something you really want to buy, and the price goes up and I can get out of my position. Oh, phew! I sold it all to you. Bye, retail investors. I got my money back. And the stock crashes. Now, if you bought it at the same time when it was first pumped, and you rode it up and sold it at a nice high pitch, and got out of there fast, well, you're just ripping off another retail investor who's going to end up stuck with it. Right? That's the way that's working right now. So again, folks, please, give me your comments. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with my analysis, or do you think I'm just talking out my butthole? Do you think I'm making this all up? Tell me in the comments, seriously, and give me whatever evidence you have that can help bolster your opinion, okay? And I will read your comments, and I'll do my best to answer your comments. And I could make it the topic of the entire show, which would allow people to know your opinion, because I'll give you the credit for it. Make sure you attach your name to it, and I'll call you out in the video saying this came from a comment from so-and-so, okay? Do that, folks. Hit that like button, add your comments, smash that bell. Don't miss any content coming up, okay? Subscribe. Become a member if you can. But remember something, please. When you're investing, when you're doing anything worthwhile, we never give up and we never give in, but we keep an open mind, because knowledge is the only way we gather power. And we're not giving up our power. So, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, stay as happy as humanly possible.